Today we have this lovely Wisteria, and I hope you will enjoy this lesson. So, purple color, it used to be my favorite, and of course I still enjoy doing that. And just this day I got a lot of options now. Well, anyway, let's start this one. Okay, when you look at all this flower, we have kind of like a big group. Okay, one big group and then slightly a smaller, but it's quite big, but it's a slightly smaller group here. Okay, and then after that, you got some smaller groups scattered around. Okay, so these are that means that we have like, imagine that we have this one main focus point. This is like main actor, supporting actor, and then the rest one is just the background. So we got three group generally. Okay. So if you look at this line, the fence here behind, yep, it's less than half. Okay, and then this one's almost, well, a little bit more, not 1/3, but slightly lower. So that's a fence line. But anyway, it just give you some guideline. Okay, so that you know up above all this, you know, later you will see some lights here. So that means this part here, I will have some color anyway. Okay, so we have the one big group. Of course, we're not going to spend times to, you know, individually all the petals or, you know, draw out. We will draw it in a group. Basically, it's like, it's a cone shape. Okay, so maybe another one about here, and then just roughly, and then maybe some, it was behind, and okay, and then maybe ones around here, roughly. Okay, or maybe I can do another one if you know, or maybe some behind, we can't see. Okay, I think that's good enough. So that's our main group. So now behind, I got another group here, so which is slightly smaller. So 1, 2, 3, maybe smaller here, 4, and then some about here, and then maybe, okay, these are the second group here. Maybe it's just some is basically just behind. Okay, 1, 2, and then of course the next one you will see some little one probably around here. Okay, and of course some just, you know, scattered around a bit. Okay, and well, it's about here, about here. Yeah, I think that's about it. And then of course all these are just the wood. Okay, and behind is as well, it's like a vine, you know, just going around behind. So but anyway, we use a brush and we'll fix that easily. Okay, so that's our drawing. I think our drawing is, it should be good enough. Okay, okay, now I'm going to do a first wash, which is I'm going to do the wet on the wet technique. So just wet your paper. Just make sure that you tilt your paper, you know, your whole board about 10-20 degree higher, so that you will not you know, I don't want to be flat, you know, I don't want the water keep flowing or create a puddle, you know, in the middle. And basically this paper, I mean this exercise, I don't want you to create any cauliflower if possible. But of course cauliflower is fine. I mean, I like cauliflower, you know, those are watermark. Just the thing is, I don't want to be too complicated for everyone. Okay, just nicely, and make sure that it's not too wet. I just want to make sure that all they got it evenly. Okay. Let it sit for a while. I just want to come back and have a look and see. Make sure the water is, they're evenly stable. Because sometimes, usually around the corner, they might dry out a bit quicker. Just want to make sure. Let's add a bit more water a bit so that it lasts longer. Imagine that if you are doing any size like half sheet watercolor paper or full sheet, so definitely you had to be, not only you had to paint it quick, but also make sure that the paper is wet enough for you to, from one end to the other end, on top to the bottom, to finish it, and nice and soft. Because it's a flower, so I can see that, I really need to do the wet on wet technique so that you get a really good feel of the flower. Okay, now I think it's wet enough. Yeah, I just want to make sure they're evenly. Okay, I have the colors that I'm using, violet. Well, most of the purple, it should work fine to me. Okay, so I'm using this violet. It's from Shiminki violet. That's what they call it. Okay, so not too heavy. So make sure that nice and watery and light. Okay, now if you are looking at my main group here, okay, so it's quite bright, this area. So that means it's like one group, what you see is around here that was slightly lighter. Okay, so it's like on top, maybe a little bit. Okay, so make it soft. Hope you can see that. So, and I can soften it around here, but doesn't matter, but just to make sure that you know that this part is brighter, and then gradually slightly darker around. The same thing like here, this part here will be slightly brighter, so that means I can make it darker. And then here, I'll make it slightly brighter here, okay? And then again, the rest of the area, they're quite slightly darker. So anyway, I just, all these is just the, my first layer, just have the wash. And because here, some flower, and here as well. And then here, and here, and a bit here. Okay, now this is what basically I did done. Okay, now just to make sure that you don't let it dry completely. So just slowly look at it. You can look at it from a surface. Then you can see some parts was slightly like more than 50% or 70% dry. Usually I'll find that when it comes to 70% dry, it will look good. Okay, what I mean is that when you add some color, that will look good. Okay, now because these parts here, I'll prefer let it probably 80% dry. Here probably 60 to 70% dry. Okay, so that I get a really soft and gentle color. Okay, now I'm going to do something about it. So I'm going to slightly increase my purple or violet, slightly thicker. You know that this is a cone shape. Okay, basically it's the bottom area will be slightly darker and top slightly lighter. Okay, so I will start around here. So it just roughly just a couple dot here. Okay, and couple dot. If the color is slightly dark, so it just increase a little bit. So you know that all this, we just give the suggestion on it. Okay, you see dot, you can go to the side here, start from the side, then less, then fill in the middle. Okay. don't try to muck around, you know, again, go back again. So, okay. Yeah. And yeah, just slowly fill it up. Make sure your color not too strong. Okay. And I will keep the last one and I do this one. But of course, make sure you don't let it dry. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, these are some of the background. I can just couple a dot because it make it, you know, looks busy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now I think it should be all right. Now I can start it. It's slightly darker, a little bit stronger. Can you see that? It's not completely dry. It's perfect. Okay. Now, so basically now it should be enough for me. So I will let it dry now. Okay, now everything is dry. Okay, so I'm going to do this part here. So I have done the first layer. Now I'm going to do the second layer. So basically I'll slightly increase the color. Again, it's not too much. So just a bit browny color, a bit of blue. Yeah. Try to increase a similar color. Okay. So because it's the wood, so I'm just trying. I don't want to make it too soft now. So that means that I'll try to create a little bit of dry brush. Okay, can you see that? A little bit of dry look. Okay. Touch a bit of the flower is okay. Don't worry about that. We'll come to that one later. Okay. If you got a big brush, of course you can use a big brush. It looks good as well. Yeah. At least got the feel of it. Okay, and you can let it soften a bit. Sometimes I like to spray a bit of water, but let's see what happens. Sometimes because it's a bit dry, so it might not turn out exactly. But anyway, let's see what happens. So we'll let it dry. And then meanwhile, okay, we can continue it. Yep. I'm going to do the leaf. Okay, all these colors, they are, some is quite strong, but anyway, I'm going to start with a slightly lighter green first. But when I say light green, doesn't mean it's, you know, with a yellow bright. So because I don't want to be too strong, too bright. So I want to have the dark and dull, so they got a good contrast with the purple. Okay, so those green. Okay, because everything is very soft. Okay, so you might see that not everything is very harsh, but later I'm going to spray a bit of water. So just go around a little bit. Okay. Here in front I can see maybe some leaf might be a little bit bright. Okay. If it's worried that they'll dry quickly, then I tell you what, straight away spray a bit. Okay, let it soften it. Okay, now not much. Okay, maybe I can add a little bit here. Yeah, I think that should be enough. The rest on later, I'm going to make it slightly darker. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now I'll let it dry. Okay, now everything is dry. Make sure it's dry. Okay, up to this stage, make sure that you got everything is soft. Okay, especially the flower. Okay, yeah, make sure it's soft because it's very important. Yeah, so now I'm gonna work on the texture of the wood here. So as you know that I'm going to start increase a bit of color. I'm just doing the texture. Same things that I'm going to increase the color using a brown with, you know, slight sepia, mix a little bit of mountain blue, and okay, I'm just so I get a really dry look. Okay. And yeah, I can soften the top. It's okay because later I'm going to cover it anyway. Yeah, soften a bit, or I can make it slightly dry. Or you can go backward, soften it. That's even better. Okay. Yeah. So after that, usually you got some texture, the green. Yeah, keep your brush dry. Okay. Don't try to make it too fancy, okay? So maybe one's a bit more, the other one maybe less. Okay. And then another one. Then less and then more again. Yeah, that's be good enough. Okay. Okay, now the next thing is, okay, I'm going to do the flower. We have the front, you know, all the flowers, all this group, but we have the behind as well. So, which is, I'm going to use the slightly darker, slightly increase a bit of purple. Okay, I'm going to spray anyway, so you don't have to worry that you get it wrong. Okay, so you'll see that, you know, these are what I did here. You can see the shape, the cone shape. Hopefully you still can see your pencil mark. Okay, all you need to do is you just do behind, okay? Just that you're painting the negative space. the other one is here. Okay, so I can paint it over here. Okay, yeah, just roughly. Okay, and maybe here. See, you can see the cone shape. That's what I'm trying to keep. And just roughly will do. Okay, and then I can soften it in between. Okay, and then you can slightly spray a bit of water because we don't want to make it too sharp. And remember, don't spray too much. Okay, and in between, where's the cone? Yeah, sometimes we do see through a little bit behind. Okay, you can see this shape. Okay, so what I do is let's do it negative space here. Okay, and I can make it sharp here. Just imagine there's another one more behind. Again, I'll spray it. Because all this is a background just to support this one, so just make sure that they are nice and soft. And here I can see there's a couple darker one. Just watch out with the shape. Okay, keep what's in front. Okay, you are doing the negative space behind. Okay, but at the same time I will create another one which I create a cone shape here. Okay, and maybe, yeah, it doesn't matter, you know, if you think that you want to create more, you know, because it looks nice, you know, if you think that it's, yeah, feel free to do that. I like to soften it. Yeah, soften a bit. Okay, now basically you get dark and light. You can see that. Okay, just remember, don't spray too much. Okay, yeah, and around here you can see a bit contrast, not to say contrast, but you can see what's the behind and the front. Okay. Okay, and I think that should be good enough. Okay, or let it dry. Great, the next thing, I'm going to do the shadow here. Okay. So, as usual, I'll increase my color. I'll make the color slightly stronger, darker. Even, you know, I can easily, I mean, I like to mix a little bit of my purple as well to my brown, or even a little bit of graphite gray. This is a graphite gray. I'll make it deeper, but make it watery. Okay, so just imagine that there's a, you know, the shadow, and but of course on the top I want to make sure they are dark. Okay, so we can start on the top and then gradually, you know, you can just crisscross a little bit, some a bit more, less. Imagine the shadow cast down, and of course the flower you can keep something a little bit. Yeah, shadow. Just do the negative space. Yeah, something like that will do. so you don't have to be super detailed. Okay. And for these parts here, I would like to do a bit more. And again, I can slightly spray a bit the shadow, especially the flower that side. Spray slightly. Continue. And this part I want to slightly less a bit, so you can keep some highlight. The petal, just roughly, okay. Make sure you get some dry brush if possible. Okay. We'll come back to this part again later. Don't worry about that. And looks like another one around here. Better spray it before it dry. You can see that it's just, I still need to do it section by section, just in case it dry out inside. And you can see that 1, 2, 3, okay, and then the one here, 1. So yeah, and then one more here. Okay, and then one more here. I hope you can follow, because it can be a bit tricky. Okay, see one more here. You see I'm painting the negative space. Okay, and yep, I can just darken a bit here. Imagine all these are the, let's say it's a shadow. Okay, I want to make use of the shadow to bring out the shape of the flower. Make it darker here. Okay, now not only, it's not end yet, so I want you to slightly continue it a little bit in between. Okay, just touch a little bit. Okay, make it look like it's see-through. Okay, yeah, couple area we still can see through. This one always start in the middle. Okay, like this one, this cone shape right in the middle. I just slightly touch a little bit, go up. Then this one as well, and this one, just left, right, okay. And then the next one, this one can't really see, but another one. This one. You see, I'm doing a negative space. I hope you can see that. Okay, so oh, it's okay, don't spray it, because just in case that you already have some water, when you spray this one, it might go everywhere. So I think that should be enough. And again, the top area, okay, we need to slightly darker as well. So, but it's not this dark color because it's a lot of flowers behind. So I'm going to use a purple. So this time I'll increase the purple, make it slightly stronger and heavier. Okay, especially these parts here, we can see that it's quite deep in, and here as well. So basically it's just a couple of dot and dash. It's just like imagine that you're doing the flower, in the cone shape. See, just dot, 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 down. Okay, another one, maybe half of it. down. And maybe some's behind. Okay. And then maybe here. It's the same thing that I'm trying to keep what's in front here. Okay. I hope you can manage to do that. You know, you are doing painting the negative space. You know what's behind, and then leave the in front the positive, just like this one. And this area can be quite messy, but anyway, we just create some dark color just to cover. Yeah, just to make it look busy, because all this is a background anyway. So it's best not to spend too much, you know, not too long time. Slightly soften it as well. Don't spray too much. And I'm going to continue here a bit. Yeah, to show the in front. Okay, I can see that. You can see this group here. Okay, slowly, because I'm doing the negative space. Yeah. So, and yeah, there's a lot actually, but it depends on, you know, your own drawing, or depends on your first layer. Sometimes your first layer it show the different way. You know, you just have to make good use of it. Okay, you don't have to, you know, like force it. You know, you sometimes you cannot get this color. You know the color seems like got more white. You just have to make good use of it. Okay, yeah. And I think that should be enough. Yeah. So let's just do now. So I need to let it dry now. Okay, now make sure again dry completely. Okay, so now the next step, you know, we don't really need to spray anymore. So we are slightly a little bit dry, but okay, you see, look at the background first. Well, it's the same. I'm going to do the front. So look at the background first. Okay, you see the cone shape. What I'm going to paint is I'm using a slightly darker purple. Okay, I only do basically just at the bottom area, the lower parts here. On the top, don't do it. Okay, about half of it, that then is gradually you soften it, and then getting less and less and go on the top. Okay, so the reason is very simple. Okay, the wisteria, the flower, the petals is often the darker colors at the bottom, and then on top is slightly lighter. So this is what we're going to do. So same thing. I'm still sticking to one purple. I did not change or mix any color or blend in any color. I keep it very, very simple. But just remember that you still keep it very watery. Okay, even though it's I mean it's a very simple color here. So from start small, you see that touch left, right, a little bit, and getting less and less. Okay, and I want you to soften it. Clean out your brush, soften it. Or the best is, I tell you what, I'm going to take a tissue and show you how I do it. Okay, for example, like this one. Just left, right, in the middle, left, right, and then less and less. Okay, and then slightly tap and remove the top only. You see that? And same thing here. So now because the background is slightly darker, so I need to increase my purple. Okay. Then slowly, less and less, I can take it off on top. Yeah, so they got the, you know, a tone and a light to that. Yeah, very simple stroke. Yeah. Take it off gently. As long as you could create that tone. Yes. Of course, some of the area is not the main, you know, the main things. You know, we just gently, just a couple of strokes. I think that should be good enough. Okay. Even like this part here can be very messy. We just couple stroke, then that will do. Okay. And this one. And take it off the top. Okay. And okay. Maybe assuming there's one here. Make sure you can see the shape. You see it's a cone shape. Getting less and less on the top. Yep. Okay. Make sure you quickly take it out. Now come to this one, the same thing. So if you, this one is our main focus, so it's better you do it properly a bit. So whatever the, you know, on the top, try to keep it. You need to do the bottom part here. See that? The bottom part here. Bottom here. Okay, same thing. I'll take it off a bit. Yep. Okay. Those who slightly lighter area, leave that because we need some highlight. Okay. Just a little bit. Top. Take it off. And of course, some is not so obvious. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it can be quite messy, you know. Yeah, as long as you just take it off, create a tone, because it's very important. Yeah, continue it. Just almost sometimes can be a one group. You just blend it together. It's really hard to, you know, to handle with that. But at the end of the day, when you do the little things, the touch up, all, then I hope it should be all right. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yep, I'm happy with that. I'll let it dry. Okay, now again, make sure everything is dry. Okay, so I'm gonna use a really dark color just one dark color only. So I only get a little bit of the gap, you know, just like we are doing the fifth layer. Okay, and also because of the big contrast with the sky, so I will do the vine and then, you know, whatever the wood, you know, all behind anyway. Okay, so you will see. So now I'm using my darkest color, which is either you can using a sepia or Van Dyke brown, and then mix with, I have the dark color like Paris blue. I'll use that to mix it to get it really strong. Okay, so okay, these are the area that I want to just show that the couple's line is, imagine it's see-through. Go continue it, maybe come to this area. Yeah, continue. Okay, yeah. Again, I'm trying to create my brush a bit dry. So in this area as well, okay, a bit of line. So the thing is, the line, you know, you can start it from the top, you know, down. You can do that, or you, when it comes to the flower, I would suggest you go do it the other way around. Okay, I would say go up from here. Okay. Okay. Now, and the top is the fence. Just a couple layer. Just try to make it a bit three-dimensional a bit, you know? And this one's background behind, so that means the fence will be go over this part here. Okay, you can see they're very dry. Okay, just continue here. Just imagine it see-through a bit. Yeah. Continue. That's one more. Okay, now about here, one here, second one, so this one's all right. Okay, so we got that. So just continue it, same color. This I'm using a dark blue and sepia, or when that brown is fine. Okay, so this one I'm going to do the vine here. So it will go around. Again, I'm using my brush, it's quite dry. You know? So imagine that, you know, go. some slightly bigger. Some go through in between. It can be very messy later, you will see. And some here. You see, you can see my brush is really dry now. Okay. It's one of the reasons why I'm using really dark color, just to get a good contrast. So onto the dark area, I'll try to touch a little bit because the light one is where the in front, so that's why I do it was background. See, really make it dry, make it look like very busy background. So this part also, I need to make it messy as well. Yeah, just remember that I'm choosing those a darker area, darker purple, okay? So that at least you know where to put. Slightly lighter, lighter purple, I'll touch less a bit. Okay, like less, like this part, I can touch a bit less. Yeah, the rest one behind, I can just couple line. Okay. I think I want to keep some highlight here. Okay. So, and it's anyways the background, I don't want to touch too much. I'll just try to make it look busy. Okay. Now I need some brown. So I have this spinel brown. So they are quite strong. They're quite thick. I'll make it really thick. That's how I do this one. Yeah. So because I'm gonna overlap, this is like really very opaque color. Okay. Just make sure it's strong enough, but also slightly dry. Less water. Try to get a pigment. Okay. Just slightly gets a bit of highlight, a bit of brown here. You probably can see that. Yeah, so it's to soften up a little bit of area. Just imagine it, they do get some light. Just a couple of touch will do, not too much. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, now same brown, what I'm gonna do is slightly mix it a little bit of your sepia, make it slightly darker. So it's like a yellow ochre, you know. So make it dry as well. Okay. So it's basically surround here. This is what I'm going to do. So this group is a stem here. Now one group here, stop here. Okay, it's okay. Another one. Maybe another one. One here, another one. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of, you know, vine. One here, maybe. I hope you can see this group here. Okay, so maybe one behind, a bit of brown. It's important to have some brown. Okay. Yeah. It's always, you know, just a suggestion. Okay. So maybe another one. Come to this side, and then don't worry about this side here because it's, you know, background. But this one, you still need that. Okay, like this one here. Yep, we need this one's like dying a bit. Okay, you can see that, and maybe one growing here, the other one here, one here. Yeah, and what else? I think that should be enough. The rest on top, doesn't matter. Yeah. It's nice, you know, sometimes you touch a bit of brown, you make it more lively. Yeah. And here, yeah, not too much. I think that's enough. Okay. Now the next thing is I'm going to use titanium white. That's my titanium white. Okay. So usually because it's I need a very strong highlight, so I go straight to just deep in from my tube. Nice and sharp. Okay. This is what I'm going to do here. So you can see that. Touch a bit in between, right in the middle, so that you know what you're doing, and then slowly bring it down. Slowly. I know it's very dry, but see, flower, 1, 2, slowly bring it up, so you got a little detail, and continue. You can continue once you got it joined to the flower. You start touching the top. Can you see that? You see the top, the highlight? We need the highlight. Okay. A little bit of highlight. Those are darker area, don't touch it. Okay, that's enough. And then try to make it, you know, the different length. One here, you can see that, slowly coming down here. Not too long. Just left, right, and slowly go up. Yeah, not too much here. That's it. And one should be around here. You want to make it shorter a little bit. Just roughly. Yeah, similar things. Some at the side, I can touch a little bit to show the highlight. And this is slightly shorter. You see that you don't have to be perfectly do it, the shape, as long as the white is there. And don't repeat it again if possible. See, in the middle. Because it's important that you get touched in the middle so that you know where this line is supposed to go. Okay. Left, right. I hope you can see it. Okay, once in the middle, that's fine. You can touch a bit, it's okay. Okay, now this one's at the side. I don't want to put too much of focus. Okay, but I can touch a little bit of corner just to get some highlight. Okay, the same thing like this one. I don't want to be too much focus here, but I can touch a little bit of side here. My white is really, really pure. Okay, I did not mix with the water, but I keep my brush a bit damp. Okay. Okay, my focus is not here. Okay, so I can continue it. So now the next thing is to make sure, because on top is really, really bright, so I need to do something about it. So basically, slightly, oops, that's a bit too big. On the top, just a couple strong white. Okay, make sure that every stroke can be seen. Okay. Don't make it too consistent. Okay, just like you have 1, 2 in the middle one, and then side 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, something like that, but don't go all the way. Yeah, because I just want the top there slightly brighter. You see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that's good enough. Here I can couple on the top. Just remember you're doing the top only. Okay, and of course here I like to couple because it's too flat. Just fill up a bit of gap. Okay. Now, this is the second group. I think I need to touch a little bit of light as well. I don't want to be suddenly, here too bright and here got nothing. Yeah. Again, I just, give a bit of suggestion what's on the top is brighter. Okay. Yeah, on top make it slightly brighter. Background is okay, don't worry about that. Yeah, using a lot of white. Okay, I think, yep, I'm happy with that. So I hope you, slowly keep up with the step and the layer. So I know it can be a little bit tricky in some area, but I hope you enjoy that. Okay, I'm finished. Thank you.